the tribute edition.
1, 2, 3. Top talent. Here's my mission to introduce them to you. It's my tribute edition. I even hired a big band. Not really, but I can pretend.
Welcome to Top Talent with Richie.
Yeah!
I'm Alexa, bringing you the hottest tribute acts that'll have you doing double takes. But wait, I'm not the host. He's the real host. New York State Broadcast Association Hall of Famer Richie Phillips. Get ready to relive the legends through these amazing performers.
Without further ado, I'd like you to enjoy this particular episode with Erik Fidel. He is Ringo on
Top Talent.
Well, this man needs no introduction. He's Ringo. Well, he plays Ringo in the ultimate tribute band I've ever seen. Oh, my God. You're still the poppermost of the toppermost, or whatever John Lennon used to say, of Beatle tribute bands, the Fab Four. And we have...
Thanks, Richie.
Oh, my God. Erik Fidel, I saw you guys the last time you were here. It's just fabulous. I tell you, you are the... I don't know. You're the ultimate. I don't know what else to say. It's
You know
great
what,
to have
man?
you.
Like we trademarked it, so I guess it's official.
Oh, it is official. Okay.
No, no. We're all of us that play in the show. We're just so fortunate to be able to do what we do. You know what I mean? It's one of the best jobs in the world.
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
And I wanted to start it by just looking at your tour schedule. I looked at it and went, "Oh my God, is this?" Now you never know if the internet is lying or not anymore. But you're in Albany. You're going to be here on March 6th at the Hart Theatre at the Egg, which is why I'm privileged to have you on here. And then you're going to be
Absolutely.
in Rochester the next day. Well, you probably
That
don't even
sounds
know where
right,
you're going
yeah.
to be, right?
You know, I have a general idea. So many years in,
Yeah.
it's kind of like I know to get to the airport, and I know to look for a ride from the airport.
Right.
And in the morning, I know to look for a ride outside the hotel. And I know I'm going to be in New York somewhere. So yeah,
Right.
Rochester sounds about right.
Yeah, but then you jump into Kansas City. It says March the 13th. I don't know if that's right or not. And then Lincoln, Nebraska, and then California, and then Texas and Pennsylvania. It's absolutely incredible. But it looks like it's all weekends, right? Is that what your schedule?
Yeah, they're basically flyouts. All of us, we work maybe Thursday or Friday through Sunday or Monday,
Okay.
as opposed to jumping in a tour bus and going for like 3 or 4 months at a time,
Right.
in a linear kind of direction. There's a lot of benefits to that. There's a lot less flying. There's a lot less packing and whatnot. But as family men and guys that kind of take care of the household during the week, it's great for us. We get to be at home dads and Beatles on the weekend, man. I can't really complain about that.
Oh, that was what I was going to ask. And I've been doing a lot of tribute band interviews, and a lot of people have regular jobs during the week. One guy's a plumber. It's amazing all the different things they do. So, but is this your primary thing that you're doing, or do you still have something else during the week?
Yeah, luckily it is the primary thing.
Wow.
But we all have other projects that we do.
Yeah.
My other thing is I'm an artist. I'm paid to do it, so I guess I'm a professional artist.
Oh, wow.
And I do a lot of session work, and I'm a teacher. I'm a music teacher as well. I don't really have any regular students at the moment, as you can see with the schedule
Right.
and whatnot. But there's a lot that I keep in contact with, and a few of them will just text me every once in a while to let me know how they're doing on the kit or the bass or the keyboard or whatever it is. And it's just awesome to see, man. Like during COVID, I did a lot of, not face to face video and face to face once things kind of settled down, teaching, and I got a lot out of that.
But not just.
being,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
not being on stage and just kind of, fostering these kids that had no idea they'd be able to do some of the things they ended up doing. So I really veered off during COVID and did that, and got a lot out of that. It was a great experience.
But now I can't remember. It's not just drums that you're teaching. You play other instruments.
I do. Yeah. I'm, I always say I'm not like gonna blow anyone's head off with any of the instruments, but I can hold my own with pretty much, the main ones. I can get up and jam on any of them.
Wow.
But yeah, again, what do they say? Jack of all trades, a master of none.
Well, yeah,
I'll take it. I'll
yeah,
take it.
But you've parlayed one of those instruments into a major career. I mean, it's incredible what you've done.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna win like a dunk contest or anything, but I'll play some Beatle tunes. That's for sure.
Well, do you feel the same way about Ringo in that he was never like the ultimate drummer, but he was perfect. He was perfect for that band, right? I mean, he played what was necessary.
I do. I think we might have talked about this last
Yeah,
time.
we did.
Since then, I was actually talking to one of my bandmates on a trip. Within the last few weeks, and I was saying, like, dude, I feel like I'm actually like taking the role of Ringo in this group.
Wow.
Because like, yeah, you're right. I'm not a great drummer. I would say Ringo is a great drummer. I think, because everything I do is what he does. So, I didn't write the songs, I didn't play on the records, but I have put a lot of work into, kind of learn his style to a T. That was very unnatural to me. So, there's so many idiosyncrasies that he has. So yes, I do think he's a great drummer. Is he as flashy? Is he gonna be in the same sentence or in the same kind of ranking as a John Bonham or Steve Gadd for most drummers? Probably not. But again, like, put Steve Gadd on Come Together and see what he does. It's not going to be what Ringo does. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like a good musician, to me, knows their role, right? You don't want to go a little crazy when exactly. You're in a band. You have to know your part and play it well, but not overtake, I guess.
And then on top of that, like, we see each other more than we see our families at certain parts of the year.
Sure.
So we're all together, and I kind of feel like I keep the peace. And anyone's going to argue if you're together that long,
Sure.
And I just feel like I'm always keeping the peace. I'm always like, it's okay, dudes. It's all good. We're going to be fine. The show was great. Maybe it wasn't great, but it'll be better next time.
Right.
Trying to be the optimist. And that was Ringo.
Yeah.
Especially after seeing, the Get Back. I've always, on a personal level, just identified with that guy. He doesn't care about the cameras. He doesn't care. He just wants to have fun with his friends and keep the peace and love. You know what I mean?
What did you feel about watching that Get Back? Because I watched the whole thing myself. What did you get out of it? I can tell you what I got out of it, but I want to hear what you got out of it.
It was because I always really did like the Let It Be. It was like the lesser known theatrical release
right.
of the Beatles. So that's, it's kind of like a expanded Let It Be.
Yeah, right.
And just the process, man. The process of watching that was, any Beatle fan, I don't care who you are, if you're just like, in passing or anything, just watching those guys get together. There's never been a chemistry like that. There's never going to be a chemistry like that. And just watching the craft and the personalities and the team around them, the unsung heroes, like
right.
like George Martin and Neil Aspinall, all the guys in that are kind of featured in that had a huge part in the Beatles story.
Absolutely. What I got out of it, oddly enough, is I always, growing up, thought of them as gods. They were just like beyond mortal. And then when you see them there, they were just four regular guys that look like they're from the neighborhood. The way they interacted with each other.
That's a great point. That is a great point. Yeah. I've also that's another thing. I think maybe in the same conversation with my bandmate, I was talking about how all four of them, even when George and Lennon were still alive, they never became like, I kind of say there's certain musicians, celebrities, artists, whatever it is, they become broken at some point. It's something happens in their brain and they break.
Yeah.
And it's hard to watch. Like recently, like something like even Justin Timberlake, but I mean like Justin Bieber. The press is always, looking for a downfall, and Britney Spears doing weird dances on TikTok or whatever, and people judging all the time. And these people just break after all this pressure and all these people saying yes to them their entire lives. I'm always like, I guess it's a change in times and how much access people have to you. But Paul
point.
and Ringo are just so cool.
Yeah.
They're just so nice.
So normal.
So yeah.
Yep.
They treat their fan, and they'll go play for 80,000 people and then come back and, it's just, I just saw like a video of a guy in an airport club making some kind of TikTok video, and Ringo and his wife Barbara come behind him and sit down, and they just start having a conversation. He didn't know who he was, and the guy goes like, "Where are you from?" And Ringo goes, "Oh, I'm from Liverpool." And the guy was somewhere else in the UK, and he goes, "Oh, we must be brothers." And I'm like, God, if that was me, man, I don't know what I'd do.
And they were just kids from Liverpool that just happened to get together just by chance.
Yeah, and they still seem like that, man. They never, and to be honest with you, all the guys that I kind of idolize in other aspects of music that have made it big, they still act like that as well. They're very down to earth, and they're grateful to be at the level that they're at, whether it's making millions and playing to 100,000, or someone like myself who I'm the luckiest man in the world. I'm comfortable, and I support my family playing music. There's nothing better than that.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
and back to watching that special, and I always think what it must be like for the four of them, as normal as they are, and just they look like they're just jamming and just working out parts and stuff. But in the back of their mind, the entire universe is waiting for their next song to come out, and what that must have been like for them. And and they come out with Sgt. Pepper, which is like the ultimate album. What do you do next? And I just
it's like all the feedback back then, it wasn't immediate,
right.
It wasn't like I can go on the internet and search for and read about 3 hours about how horrible I am at what I do, and then also read 3 hours about how great I am at what I do. You know what I mean?
Right.
At any given time, but they waited for the trades and for the reviews and all that stuff. So I'm not sure if it was a lot of pressure on them, or they just knew what they had. They knew that no matter what they did, if they were all in the room together, it was going to be good. Yeah. Because if they weren't all in the room together, it wasn't as good all the time on some of those recordings. You know what I mean?
Although McCartney seemed to be, maybe I'm wrong, but he seemed to be most of the business part of it, and always worried more than anybody else. Like I didn't think John Lennon was too worried at certain parts of his life, but maybe I'm wrong. That's the way, that was the image that came out.
I think so too. I totally agree with you. I think it's again part of the chemistry. If you don't have a Paul I think Paul's, Paul just picks up the instruments. He's naturally just amazing at everything. He's cool with the people part. He's gracious. He's polite. John, not so much. John's a little more, and I have to admit, I have a certain point, and I know how to compose myself as a man in my 40s, right. But I definitely have more of a Lennon type of outlook on things.
Oh,
for
really?
Sure.
Interesting.
And my tongue gets me in trouble every now and then, but whatever. We live in a time where you should speak out, and if you feel like it.
Sure. Back to the style of them playing. They always insisted, from books I read and so forth, that no two songs, they never wanted two songs production-wise to sound the same, especially even with Ringo's drumming. Did you find that hard to learn all the different, because there's so many different styles of their music, everything from what was the song? Till There Was You, for example. That's more of a type of, like a rumba or whatever, to come together to, that's a lot of different styles to learn.
Yeah.
Right?
That early stuff. And what you just said, we did the Meet the Beatles, Beatles for Sale album.
Right.
And one of my counterparts, gave me a tip on that what you were just talking about on Till There Was You, that little rim shot part. I was doing it incorrectly all these years. So we're always learning stuff. Yeah. So I just made a little shift, and there it is. And then I saw it. What he actually did what I was not doing on the Ed Sullivan Show, which I have seen 100,000 times. So you're always learning. You got to learn. The actors have a huge shoes to fill in the movie coming up. So
oh my God,
them,
yeah, they really do. Yeah. Do you find that your audiences are more particular than others? Because people know Beatles songs so well that if you did play that drum part wrong, I bet you there'd be people, especially musicians in the audience, going, That's not right. Or if,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I've been called out for things before with other drummers, and I love it. I love it. Actually, feedback and criticism is a good thing to me.
yeah.
As someone who I was never a confident drummer until probably the last 10 years or so.
Wow.
So it took a while to, I guess I was a confident drummer. I wasn't a confident performer as Ringo, I guess you can say.
Well, how about the singing part? When you tried out for it and you started playing the drums, I would think they'd be a lot more concerned with the fact that you couldn't play drums than if you couldn't sing.
Yeah, a lot of it is for our particular niche and what we do is definitely singing. I take a lot of harmonies that Ringo never did, and I also do. If we do Sgt. Pepper, I'll take some keyboard parts on because there's absolutely no way to replicate some of those songs live. So in that process, I guess being, like I said before, the guy that can get away with playing most things, but a master of none. That was kind of that was great for me coming into this show. So yeah, definitely.
Oh, so you do play keyboard parts once in a while?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Not great, but yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of songs that are just three guys on the keyboard and Paul singing maybe.
Wow. So you're almost taking the McCartney role. You're a multi-instrumentalist, right?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm multi-instrumentalist, but I'm no Macca.
Right. As far as the instruments are concerned with the band, I'm sure they had to be authentic, right? Did you have to look around to get Ringo's exact set of drums?
Well, what's great is that since the Beatles are, the Beatles, all of their gear has been pretty readily available.
Okay.
But if you're a musician, and you are a musician,
right,
you know that you want to play this stuff. You want to you want to feel it in your hands and all that. But it is readily available. So, and we're very particular about everything. So the thing is with the drums, and this is a conversation I have with a lot of drummers, we could talk about this stuff for hours.
Yeah.
Drummers come to the show and they want to see the old school 60s hardware,
right?
The cymbal stands that look like they're going to fall over. In fact, they did it.
That's right.
Shows in the back of the day. So I'll just say right now, we have all, when it comes to the drums, we have all new hardware. And that disappoints some drummers, and I totally get it. If you're a Beatles enthusiast, I totally get that. But this kit is traveling around, around the world sometimes at all times. So we got to make sure that it's not going to fall over. So
there's no electronic kit in your kit. It's all analog.
Everything's analog, baby. Analog, baby. Yeah.
Do you think they could come out with some kind of a plug-in that would sound exactly like Ringo's? I mean, do they sell it? And have you heard it? And how did you review it?
At this point, there's so many drum
oh yeah,
in interfaces. They have all the amps and stuff that they've been getting better and better the past 25 years. All the amp replicators,
right?
And these electronic drums, they're crazy, man. They are crazy.
Yeah.
I would have I guess again going back to analog. I'm a purist. I would hate doing that. I would really hate playing an electric kit on stage.
Right.
As Ringo, if I was doing my own thing, absolutely, I'm open to all of it. But yeah, I'd rather just have a microphone and a kit.
Yeah.
There's some things that I've triggered before that aren't musical parts, like a bell or like a guitar tap or something. So officially, I do have a drum trigger that I can use if needed, but typically no, I don't. It was bandied about that I would put a cowbell on a trigger one time. I was like, no, it ain't happening. I don't want a cow. I want my cowbell, man. I want my cowbell.
I want more cowbell, but
yeah,
real
exactly.
cowbell.
I want more. Yep, absolutely.
I guess the obvious question probably comes up from people: how do you keep the spark alive in these songs? You played them hundreds and hundreds of times. Do you like the songs as much the 100th time as you did the first time? Are you a real Beatle, to be honest, enthusiast? I guess is the question.
I'll tell you what. I've said this before. sometimes on the 12th show of a run, I'm up there and I'm like, God, I'm playing All My Lovin' Again. And then I'm thinking, dude, I'm playing All My Lovin' Again.
Yeah.
And it's awesome, you know?
You're right.
We get tired, we get grumpy,
Sure.
we get like, oh, I don't know if I want to go out there, but every single time is it's a pleasure to be there. And those people are just looking at the few faces I can actually see from my viewpoint. They're just so happy. And then, it goes away. And then we'll get in the car and then we'll argue about what we did wrong for a second. And, but on Beatles, believe it or not.
Oh, really? Okay.
We still do that. We
Yeah.
still do that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I kind of compare it sometimes to, Star Wars or Marvel geeks, in which we're that too. Those conversations come up. There are people that know the ins and outs. There are people that know the quote real history and then the quote fake history. There are people that know what should be there and shouldn't be there. And these days you're not going to please everyone. That's just how it is. I don't care what you do. You're not going. This is entertainment. It's subjective, and you're not going to please everyone. But at our shows, everyone's happy, man. Everyone's at the end. We're just celebrating with them. We're all celebrating and just having a great time. And that's the best feeling.
You get concerned with everybody who's got a phone in their hand and Facebook that they're going to make some kind of comment. But I don't know. I've seen everything positive about you guys. Every time I've ever seen something, that was, I think, one of the reasons before I ever got into doing podcasts about tribute bands. I read about yours. I said, well, maybe these guys are really, really good. Because I've seen a couple of other Beatle bands before, and they were good, but you guys are just unbelievable.
Yeah, we put in, we do the extra work. We definitely do the extra work, all of us. Whether it be, all of our McCartney guys, Artie, who's a founding member, Neil, who's amazing. Dude, those guys just get those left-handed guitars on, and it's crazy, And we're all aging. We're all, I'm not the young guy. It's crazy that I'm not the young guy anymore. I feel I don't know when that happened, but we get on there, and one of the things that I think kind of separates us from some of our distinguished competition is there's a lot of energy on stage.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of energy.
Oh yeah.
And we're not up there just. Right. Yeah, we're not up there just playing the songs like guys in their 50s and 40s, and we're having fun, and when I'm playing the drums up there, and sometimes I have to kind of just calm myself down. I'm sometimes by the time we get to Twist and Shout, I feel like I'm at the Washington D.C. Coliseum, so yeah. And again, that I said this before with you, I believe. I'm a punk rocker. When I see Ringo play at the Coliseum, having as much fun as he did, dude, that's punk rock music. All of them. Put them and a split screen with the Descendants or Blink-182. They're running around just as much. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. To watch that Washington concert, if I've seen that once, I've seen it 100 times, where he's on that turntable, on that turnstile thing.
I love it. That in Australia, the Australia show, when he comes back from when Ringo comes back, Jimmy Nicol filled in for them for a while when he comes back in Australia and after having tonsillitis. It's amazing. That's a great show too.
Yeah. If there was another band that wanted a drummer, didn't care what you look like. You didn't have to look like them at all. But they wanted, I don't know, for Genesis, they wanted somebody to put in Phil Collins' part, or to be Billy Joel's drummer, Liberty DeVito, and they're doing a tribute band. Would you like doing that kind of music? Because Liberty DeVito, I don't know how he doesn't have carpal tunnel.
Yeah, at that level, you start training for it. I'm working through my hands, half an hour before the show every night.
What do you do?
Should be doing that for sure. I stretch them. I do these. I do my rudiments. I do push-ups. That helps with the wrist big time, because whatever your upper body weight is, that's what you're pushing. So I do chair dips. I get very warmed up and the blood flowing and my ligaments and joints moving. Otherwise, I get up there and I want to hold your hand, or she loves you, whatever we open with is stiff, and it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it's physical.
So yeah, definitely physical. Yeah.
When you look
Plus,
at
I
what
got a
happened,
bunch of makeup on, so it's kind of weird.
oh, that's true too. I mean, when you look at Phil Collins, what happened to him, and he said that's all from drumming. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, through the years though, we learn, and if you're smart, you look at the information that's given. We have all the information at our fingertips at this point, and
Right.
I'm lucky that I grew up in a generation that knows to take care of your body and that cigarettes are bad. You know what I mean?
Right. No, that's exactly
So,
right. Yep.
I mean, yeah.
You're listening to Top Talent. You're a very smart person. We'll be back in a moment.
I need me a sponsor. I need it fast. I need me a sponsor. Oh, this podcast ain't gonna last. Give me a sponsor. Come on, I'm sounding the alarm. He's sounding the alarm. Email me right now at toptalentrichie@gmail.com. Do it now. Now back to the show.
Erik Fidel, he is a part of the Fab Four, and again, if you're listening, they're going to be March 6th. That's a Friday night, 7:30 p.m. at the beautiful Hart Theatre. I don't know if you know about this, but they've redesigned the whole inside of the egg.
Really?
Yeah, they did all these improvements.
Wow. So in the past year then.
Yeah, the past year. It's still the shape of an egg. I just want to let you know that. They didn't,
Okay.
they didn't go with the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great crew. I love going there, so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we're really looking forward to having you. So this is great. I don't want to hold you because I know you got babysitting to do.
Not at all. My son, we're gonna actually jam after this. He's gonna get on the drums, and I'm gonna get on the guitar, and we'll have a little jam session.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool.
Yep.
My grandson started guitar lessons yesterday. as a
Oh,
matter of
really?
fact. Yeah.
How's he like it?
I don't know yet. I'm going to find out when he comes over here. But
Cool.
I almost wish they'd start on drums. I started on drums too. I think it's not the easiest thing to learn correctly, but I'm saying in the very beginning for a kid, don't you agree that you might?
Yeah, I do. I
Yeah.
totally do. Every kid that's got a drum set in front of them will jump on it, which is what I did.
That's right.
And I do, man. I wish that I stayed on there and got a good foundation as a youngster.
Mm-hmm.
Because I probably would have been a lot better technically, but at the same time, I am very happy with my skill level right now.
Yeah.
I can play any Beatles song you want, but I can also play. I can get on the kit and play anything Trey Cool from Green Day plays.
That's versatility. Oh, I forgot to mention too. You're doing it's the Help album here, right? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. It's
okay.
been really fun. So what is this? This is our third record that we've been touring on. So we did Rubber Soul, Meet the Beatles, and this is Help. Yeah. So it'll be cool. I think that Rubber Soul, the first one we did, we started in, what was it, 2024 or something? That set a high standard, man, musically. That was a tough one for every member to do. So everyone really stepped up their game. So it kind of like, then you do Meet the Beatles, which is all early stuff.
Right.
It just seemed like, man, should we be getting paid for this? Or, no, I'm just joking. But compared to, doing all the, for me, I'm doing all this auxiliary, percussion while I'm trying to do the drums, and I'm also taking vocal parts, and the Lennons had a crazy job, and then some of our George guys like Robbie Berg playing the In My Life solo perfectly. John Fickus can play that thing too. Ron can as well. I'm proud of everyone, man. We just we've really stepped up our game.
I know we could keep going here because I could keep going forever with the Beatles, but when I'm really listening to the older stuff now and looking at all the credits, and you really add it up and you go, something, John Lennon did write a lot of stuff. I always think it was McCartney.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was Lennon and McCartney, but I always thought McCartney was really the brainchild behind a lot of it. I don't know why I would think that way, but John Lennon.
Yeah, well, because John, both of them. If you listen to both of their solo careers,
yeah,
it's what you would think, like sonically, with what you know about them publicly. But yeah, Lennon is a genius, man.
Yeah, he really was.
I used to, when I was a kid, I had a hard time with his voice compared to compared to McCartney. I for whatever reason the nasally thing got me.
Right.
And this is when I'm talking about when I'm a child. But now, dude, when I listen to like Twist and Shout or This Boy or something, his voice is just amazing.
That's
it's
true.
Just amazing.
Yeah, dude, one of the greatest rock voices. Well, of course, Twist and Shout, he was sick, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had a terrible
it
cold.
Sounded great.
Yeah, it sounded great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What the most
I
famous
would love to be
cold?
fly on the wall for that.
The most famous cold in the history of music, right?
Absolutely.
One other question. Oh, I still have 50 questions here, but I didn't want to hold you.
Do your thing, man. No, we're good. We're good.
Oh, really? Okay. I'll keep going.
Yeah, we're fine.
This kind of bugged me in a way, as much as I absolutely love Billy Joel, and it's heartbreaking to see what he's going through physically right now.
Oh, man. I know.
And I still love him to death. I mean, being a keyboard player, he's like, between him and Elton, the ultimate. But
yeah,
but from a drummer's point of view, I always thought if it wasn't for Liberty DeVito, when you really hear him, he was the most incredible drummer. And when he left the band, I know that they had some kind of fight, whatever it was, and they brought another drummer in, and I'm listening to that guy and going, you know something? He's copying all of Liberty DeVito's riffs. Aren't drummers' riffs copyrighted too, or shouldn't they be? What do you think about that?
Well, if you're coming in to play, I know what you mean. If you're coming in to play because those are Billy's songs. He owns the songs, you know. He paid session guys to play his songs. So it doesn't. You're gonna get a guy that plays like what's on the record. You know what I mean?
But it's such a signature part of the song to hear, like We Didn't Start the Fire, or whatever these songs. They're so drum oriented that, and like I said, all the riffs that he played, all the little nuances, and then you hear somebody else do it and go, no, that's Liberty stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, that'll happen. We all have our biases and what we like. But if an artist is going to change instruments, you know, it's going to piss some people off, but you know what? The show's got to go on. Right. It happens a lot in bands. You know, you those first few shows, the new guy's going to get some hate. Even I got that to a certain extent when I first came in, because these guys have been around and established for years before I started drumming. So I kind of get it. Ringo gets it, you know, to a certain extent too.
Yeah, I'm sure he got his criticism.
Pete's still out there doing his thing.
Right. Yeah, true. And on a similar note, when you see the Beatles from the documentary, you see a lot of them contributing like making comments about the song, or how about this idea, to a Lennon and McCartney. You know, Lennon and McCartney get the credit for it, but the other guys, they chipped in different ideas and never really got the credit for the song. You know
True. That is true. I think that's something that really bothered Harrison.
Yeah. Harrison was,
and he, you know what, he should be. It took him a while to find his wings.
Yeah.
And when you have Lennon and McCartney, what are you going to do? You know,
right.
And again, just like kind of paralleling Ringo, I came in as a pretty established, you know, all around musician, but I'm still just like, all right, well, I've got these guys that have been doing this. I'm just going to tap these things and, you know, shake my head a little bit. I'll be fine.
So what? You're really getting the role of Ringo. That's of what it was like. Yeah. That's something.
Yeah.
That's something. Yeah. Well, I think. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I just think even at the start, like, I just felt like I was there on stage and off the Ringo part. It's just me. It works.
Yeah, you've got to play that role, right? Mm-hmm. Going back to what we talked about, though, I did see an interview recently where, or somebody was talking about it, where Lennon and McCartney were thinking of bringing George in as a third person, and then they said, nah, let's, as a third person to get, you know, credit for the songs, copyright credit, and they said, nah, let's just keep it simple. It's just going to be Lennon and McCartney for everything.
Really? So that was like a conversation that was had? I
believe so. Yeah. I from some podcast I was listening to. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know the accuracies in that. I mean, they both Harrison and Ringo have song credits, but
right, not many. But yeah.
I'm not sure how protected they were of those, but you know, at least it's like one of my favorite bands, a band called No Effects from the Bay Area up over here in California. They were around since '84, so they had a 40-year career, and they played their last show. It was amazing. It was like, yay! And now they're in all this crazy litigation with one of their with their guitar player. And yeah, it's like, you never know what's going on behind the scenes. Egos happen, money happens.
Right.
I'm just glad that all of them, even, you know, Lennon to a certain extent, like, you know, everyone was on pretty decent terms at the end of both John and George's lives.
Sure. You don't want to be that realistic where you're having the same kind of fights in your band. You know.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, we're not talking millions of dollars here, Richie. You know what I mean?
That's right.
That's all right though, man. I don't need millions. I just, you know, I got my Beatles in my family and I'm good.
Here's one more question. When you see tribute bands, I kind of put them in two categories, having spoken to a lot of them now. There's the interpretive kind of band where they don't really want to look like them or sound like them necessarily. Well, they want to sound like them, but they don't want to necessarily look like them, or maybe they do their own interpretation a little bit musically. And then there's you guys.
Yeah, there's different types and there's room for all of it, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. So for what we do, yes, everything is going to be just like a biopic, just like what you're going to see in the movies that come out in the next few years.
Right. Costumes and everything.
You know, only on stage. You know, we're not doing scripted stuff and whatever.
Right.
But yeah, we have to have the look, we have to have the voices, and we have to have, you know, the essence. The essence is the biggest thing. You're coming to see a recreation. We're not the Beatles. We don't, you know, we joke like we're just four guys up there that are fans first, just like they are. And there's room for, you know, there's a band where you are called the Fab Four, who are made up of some of Letterman's band. And they don't dress up and they sound amazing, but it's just two different things. I think I've seen them, and I've got another Drew. There's a guy named Drew Harrison out here of the Sun Kings. He does the same thing. He's a great Lennon, but they don't dress up. They have the gear. They do the thing. Yeah, I think it's two different ways to look at it.
Well, there's the analogs too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They don't look at all. They don't even dress up at all.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like you really have to commit if you're doing what we do.
Right. Yeah, I'm definitely.
So hold on, real quick. Sorry. Can we? I don't know if you can hear it. My son just got on the kit.
Oh, I want to hear him.
Wait.
Oh, great.
Okay, hold on, real quick. Yeah, I'll go. Okay, I'll go in there and then you can keep whatever. Hold on. Gonna get a little loud. Here we go. Go ahead. Give me she loves you. Give me she loves you. Give me she loves you. Good job, dude.
Oh, he's playing.
Hey, give me a few minutes, dude. I'm gonna finish up my interview. Okay, just give me a few minutes, and then I'll set you up.
That's weird. I didn't hear a thing, and I don't know why.
Oh, you didn't?
No, it was just like
That's
blank. The same thing. I have my keyboard connected through my board here, and I've wanted to do this so I could mess around a little bit. I don't want to play any copyrighted music, of course, but I went to play something, and the other person couldn't hear it. I don't know whether it blocks out the music or.
Well, it's probably a good thing for that, but
whoops.
Or it could be my noise canceling.
Oh.
On my end, that's probably what happened too. So,
okay, maybe it was that. Yeah, it was just blank. Oh darn, I wanted to hear that.
Yeah, I'll send you some videos. He's great, man.
Yeah,
he's cool. Yeah,
that's good.
You know, I'm not a dad that is like, you must follow in my footsteps. I want him to do whatever he wants. But
sure.
The kid loves it, man.
That's great.
He loves going to the shows. He loves seeing the process. He loves the costumes. He loves dressing up.
Wow!
And, he gets on stage with us. Yeah, a few of our kids get on stage with us every once in a while. It's great.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm waiting for my my grandson to come over. Hopefully, when he can play the guitar, we'll do some jamming.
Oh yeah, that'll be great. You guys be jamming. Definitely. Writing some songs together.
Yeah, really hoping to do that. Well, Erik, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And again,
of course, Richie, we'll do it again.
Yes, hopefully. March the 6th, Friday, 7:30 p.m., Hart Theatre at the Egg. Everybody go out and see the show. Well, you guys have no problem selling tickets. How you guys doing? I'm sure you're probably sold out already.
We're lucky enough that it's a weird time, economy wise, but people are coming out, and they're getting younger. So I think job in keep their message alive. And you
That's
know,
right.
we're just doing our part to help.
That's right.
Because it's the best music in the world.
That's a wonderful service you're providing when you really think about it. All these tribute bands, they're keeping all this music alive.
Yeah. It's a big community. You know, it's
Oh, man.
these there's tribute bands all over the place now, and I think that's awesome. You know, there's people out there that will, you know, people out there that just want to talk crap about everything. It's like, whatever, just chill. You know.
I just talked to an Olivia Newton-John tribute act. She's coming here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
She travels all over the country.
Does she need a John Travolta?
No, she said she travels with a John Travolta, and her husband is the drummer.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'll have to check that out.
It's really interesting. Yeah, her name is Sabrina Plaisance Sia. Interesting name. Yeah, they're from Canada. So
Yeah.
yeah, you got to
Cool.
check it out.
Very
Oh,
cool.
she's really, really good.
I will.
Yeah. All right,
I
Eric.
will.
Thank you so much, and I will send you the link when I get this up there.
Sounds great.
Thanks for listening to Top Talent. I produced the whole thing myself. Between the editing, the writing, and the booking of the guests, it affects my mental health. It's a lot, but I enjoy it, even though I'm just one guy. But from everything I hear, just give it a year and it will all be replaced. You guessed it. By AI. Top Talent.